So check it out. In today's Pakt Everyday 22-liter backpack review, I'm gonna show you everything that you need to know about this bag to decide if it's the bag for you. A quick access front compartment. They're all YKK, very well designed. This bag has a very slim profile and a pretty impressive false bottom, but no bag is perfect. We're gonna pack it out, go over the pros, the cons, but if it's not the bag of your dreams, worry not. Just stick around to the end of the review and I'll make some alternative recommendations for bags that might better suit your needs. But first things first, let's go over to the review table. All right, let's talk about the gist of the Pakt Everyday 22-liter backpack. Reigning from Bozeman, Montana, Pakt is a backpack brand that really focuses on two things. The second thing I'd say is having functional products, but the first thing is sustainability. This is their first go at like an everyday carry, and I like it in a lot of ways, not so much in other ways. But before I get into that, let's talk about some of the top features. We've got recycled nylon fabric, a quick access front compartment, a semi-quick access top admin compartment. We've got 2 water bottle pockets, a super minimalist main compartment, and a tech compartment that can fit up to a 16-inch MacBook Pro. The Pakt Everyday 22-liter backpack currently comes in 5 color options. This is the black. The size is advertised as 22 liters, but let me tell you, it feels like a tight 22 liters, but we'll talk about that more in 2 chapters from now. 2 chapters. The dimensions are 19 inches tall, 12 inches wide, and unpacked, you're looking at around 3 inches of depth. The bag is advertised to be 2.2 pounds. Let's put that to the test. Nailed it, 2.2 lbs. This is the bag when it's empty. This is the bag when it's fully packed out and worn on me. For reference, I'm 5'8". And this is the bag when it's fully packed out and worn on our media manager, Margaret, who's 5'2". And worry not, I will fill out this bag throughout the entire review so you can see exactly what it fits. All Pakt bags are backed by their lifetime warranty. And for all you see before you, the Pakt bag, as of recording, costs around $255 US, which is like, that's a lot. That's a lot. Is it worth it though? Well, that's what we're gonna find out, I hope. But if at any point in this review you do think it's worth it, or you're considering making a purchase or just finding out more information, we do ask that you do so using the first link in the description below. Reason being, that link makes sure that you get the best price, and we oftentimes have discount codes. But that link also helps support the Nomadization YouTube channel and team, so we can keep making the best bag reviews on the web. Thank you very much. All right, let's dive in. Talk about the front of the Pakt Everyday 22-liter backpack. I usually like to start this section by talking about fabrics. The fabric is so important. Like, it's the whole identity of the bag, and there's so many functional things that need to be taken into consideration. As mentioned, Pakt uses a recycled nylon for this bag. Nylon's great because it's highly weather resistant and durable, but it is a bit heavier than polyester. But overall, if a bag's using nylon, it's gonna be, it's the kind of the cream of the crop for backpacks. This nylon to me though, kind of feels and looks a little polyester-ish, almost a little waxed canvas-y. And I will say, it's a bit more of a hair and lint magnet than other nylons I've tested. Not the worst, but not the best. But one thing I do like about this fabric is that it kind of gives it like an old school traditional backpack feel. This is not some like super modern jetpack, I'm from the future backpack. This is like, yo, I just want a cool looking backpack that looks like a backpack that feels better than my typical backpack. You got that? You still with me there? And that's gonna be like a recurring thing throughout this entire review, is I just think it's a really cool backpack. I don't know if it's worth the price. I haven't decided that yet, but I like what's going on. Pakt's branding has gotten a little bit louder. This might be a little too loud for some of y'all. Let me know in the comments below, like, is this logo too loud for you? As to where you're like, ixnay on the Act Pay, or can you handle this? Let me know in the comments below. Before we go into the first pocket, you can see right here we have an external lash point. Good spot for hanging things externally on your bag, whether it's maybe a bicycle helmet or a water bottle. Let's get into the first pocket. Is this front pocket here. It's protected by this lip right here for additional water resistance. And when you're in, you can see we have a really nice gray material. Gray materials inside backpacks are great because they help to create a highlight effect, which makes it easier to find your gear. But they do get dirty a little bit easier. Every pro has a con, every con has a pro. For me, it's a great spot for my over-the-head headphones. It's easy to access, and the pocket has some space to it too. Does it have enough space to stow a hoodie? I believe it will. Oh, for sure. But for now, we'll keep the over-the-head headphones in there and move to the top admin pocket. As we get into this pocket, a quick note on the zippers. They're all YKK, and they all got these pull tabs, a little bit of color in there, a little bit of white, just kind of helps to give it a bit more visibility, but they're not PU coated, keep that in mind. For the front admin pocket, we're in. Just sort of like a half moon, little D shape. You can see the pocket doesn't go down any deeper than right here, so it is just this guy, and that's it. And inside this compartment, we have a zippered mesh compartment with a key leash, a mesh pocket here, and then 2 nylon pockets, this one with a magnet, and 2 pen pockets. Let's load it up. For me, like an admin compartment like this, you just want smaller bits of gear that you want quicker access to. So let's keep it light. I'm gonna do a notebook and a pen, shades, battery, multi-tool, and my keys. Let's talk keys real fast. I like having a designated spot to put my keys, but the problem is this is not an easy place to grab your keys. So when you get home from that long day of work, accessing your keys from this compartment is annoying. Pen in the pen holder, multi-tool, put that right there. We'll do my battery there. And then this cool little magnet compartment might be a good spot for the sunnies. And I'll put a notebook in there as well, because why the not? And you can see this compartment has some additional depth. And if you're like, Aaron, does it have enough depth to fit the simple phone sling in there? I mean, that's a very specific question. There's only one way to find out. You can see right here, whether it's a sling or a tech pouch, it actually does fit. You can zip this guy on up. Overall, it's a very nice front compartment, and a compartment like that allows you to sort of not have to use a tech pouch, because you can put organization up there. Overall, it gets the job done. Moving on, let's talk about the middle of the Pakt everyday 22-liter backpack. Starting on the bottom, we have this little handle right here. This is not a way to carry your bag. Don't start like waltzing around the town carrying the Pakt bag upside down. This is just like if you're flying, right? You wanna throw the bag on the overhead bin, grab it, point of leverage. Now from there, let's talk about the 1-2 water bottle pockets, because Pakt does something pretty cool here. They actually added magnets that allows you to close it, which then helps to keep the side of the bag nice and flush. You also got a pull tab right here, which makes it easier to open and close this compartment. And let's do a water bottle test. I got a 1-liter Yeti and a 17-ounce Lark. I suspect the 17-ounce Lark will fit no problemo, and my suspicions are confirmed. But the Yeti, I don't feel very confident. Seems like we can, oh, okay, change my mind, we can get it in. Not too shabby. As you can see, the pocket expands via these gussets right here, and this has a little bit of expansion property to it. I will say though, the 1-liter doesn't feel like super secure versus the 17 feels a little bit nicer. So maybe you can do like a water bottle on one side and an umbrella on the other. North of the water bottle holder, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 daisy chain attachment points. One is actually technically a side handle, but emphasis on the quotations on handle. So it's not really like go into briefcase mode with these, but yet again, just points of leverage so you can grab the bag and move it around. And these loops right here are just to kind of help you carry things externally on your bag. Not my thing, but if you're into it, you'll be smitten to know that you have 6 different options. Top handle, pretty basic, nylon webbing. Not the sexiest. I'm already seeing a little bit of fraying happening with this. I don't know how durable it's gonna be in the long term, but you got a decent amount of space to put your hand in, and it should get the job done. Let's talk main compartment. 2 YKK zippers get you in, and then you can see we're in. Now, quickly, let me tell you about this interior material, because I like it. I like it a lot. Very smooth to the touch, like a silky property to it. And we're still sticking with that gray color, which helps to create a highlight effect on the inside of the bag. It just feels nice. Is it $250 nice? I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think so, but it's nice. And you can see we're in the main compartment. Now, I gotta tell you, this bag feels more like an 18 to 20 liter than like a 22 liter. But let's pack out the main compartment to get a better idea of what it can actually handle. But before we do, let me note real fast actually that there's no additional organization in this main compartment. All you have are more daisy chains, which I think is a part of Pakt's modular ecosystem, so you can connect different tech pouches and packing cubes and stuff and just clip them into place. For me, a little gimmicky. I don't think it's something that I ever do. I just kind of throw stuff in and on my day. But if you're into that kind of thing, you're in luck. All right, let's pack it out with a big air packing cube, a small air packing cube, hoodie, book, tech pouch, and we'll see if I can fit my laptop charger in there as well. Starting with the packing cube. This is your standard packing cube. They're usually all around the same size. And you can see that it fits. We have used up a crap ton of space right there. Second packing cube can kind of go on top, but we're not getting all this in there, that's for sure. Goodbye hoodie, goodbye book, goodbye laptop charger. I guess the real test is to see if it can fit the tech case as well. And yeah, we can slide that in there. This should close nicely. Kaboom. I stick to what I said. I don't think it feels like a 22 liter bag. 19, 20-ish around there is what it feels like. But ultimately I'm impressed as to how it actually has a pretty slim silhouette, but it can definitely pack out more than I thought it was going to. And if you're thinking to yourself, wow, this dude talks a lot about backpack liters. Tone it down a notch on the liter convo, bro. I'm sorry, you see, I can't help myself because I don't know if you know this, but not only do I review backpacks on this channel, but I'm actually building my own backpack as well. But I'm also documenting it here on the Nomads Nation YouTube channel. And like the whole liter thing is like crazy, like, cause you think that it's big and then it's not, and then it's just like, it's this whole thing. So if you're interested in learning more about the process and what it takes to build a game-changing backpack from the ground up, be sure to check out the second link in the description below. That link will get you caught up with the building a backpack project, tell you where we are, tell you how you can like vote. We're doing votes. I wanna hear what you gotta say. And just get a behind the scenes look at the whole process. Second link in the description. I hope to see you in your inbox. Back to this guy. Moving on, let's talk about the back of the Pakt Everyday 22 liter backpack. First up, we got this little guy right here. Little hanging loop, it's not a handle, just a little hanging loop. These are very, very handy when you're in like public toilets, because you can hang it up, you don't want your bag obviously on the floor of the public toilet. These can be lifesavers. And from there, let's discover the tech compartment, which has got some nice things about it. Some innovation going on here. On the tech compartment, we have nothing on the front side and 2 sleeves on the back side. The smaller pocket is marketed as a spot for your e-reader or tablet. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop my Kindle in there. And then for the laptop compartment, it's large enough for a 16-inch MacBook Pro. So let's pop my 13 in there, slide it on in. And if you're wondering what I was commenting about being innovative, it's like this little hood right here as to where you can kind of put that over the laptop, but just give it a little bit extra protection and subtleness. I don't know if it's necessary, but I don't hate it. Overall, it's a pretty good laptop compartment. Decent padding, got the little hood guy, and gigs. And a pretty impressive false bottom. I mean, this laptop, where I'm doing the laptop chop, found it, is like here. So if you drop the bag, your laptop is gonna be very safe against the ground. That's a hell of a false bottom. Most laptop compartments like 3 cm or something for their false bottom. This is like, that's huge, quite cool. Next up, let's talk comfort. Comfort comes down to 2 things on a backpack, the back panel and the shoulder straps. The back panel of the Pakt Everyday 22-liter backpack is okay. It's okay in the way that there's a bit of padding, you know? It's not gonna be like a sheet of metal against your back. But it's not okay in terms of like ventilation. There's not a lot of airflow that this back panel is gonna inspire. Now, on the bright side, back panels are extra weight and bulk, and it just usually makes the bag heavier. This is a little bit lighter. It's 2.2 pounds. It's fantastic for a 22-liter. But if you're a super heavy back sweater, this might cause a problem. From there, let's talk shoulder straps. I'm liking these in some ways, in other ways I'm not quite as sure. I like the external lash points right here, so you can carry things like your sunglasses or clip a water bottle on there. We got these daisy chains, which are great for the sternum strap for additional comfort. Sternum straps are great because they help redistribute the bag to your front instead of your lower back. And at the bottom of the sternum strap, we have these web keepers right here, AKA dangle stoppers, AKA I hate dangle. So thank you for giving me a solution to fight the dangle. The shoulder straps also have additional comfort because, as you can see at the top, they're connected via this nylon webbing. This just gives them a really nice range of motion. They're not stiff and like connected to the bag in that sense. They're loosey-goosey, baby. And the shoulder straps have a nice feel to them, well constructed, strong. Don't feel like they're gonna crap out on you in a couple years. But I'm not crazy about the mesh. If you like coarser meshes, then you'll like this. But for me, I like a finer mesh, a little silkier. Maybe I'm just a spoiled brat, I don't know. But I do feel like this mesh is robust, and I feel very confident that it will last the test of time. And finally, we got a luggage pass-through holder, which is very tight right now when this bag is packed out. You are not gonna be able to get this over the handle of your luggage when the bag is like fully packed out. And unfortunately, it does force you to carry your bag horizontally, which some people like. I'm not one of those people. Yeah, let's test it out. Can't just talk about it, I gotta show you what I mean. So I got my nomadic suitcase right here. With the bag being fully packed out, the luggage pass-through holder kind of is like compromised in that sense. If it's not fully packed out, this is not gonna be a problem. But if it is, you're gonna be doing this sort of dance. Not an enjoyable dance. Yeah, I don't even think I'm gonna get that on. Can't attach. All right, let's put the comfort to the test. I'm gonna take this bag outside, fully packed, and wear it on my shoulders for like 20 minutes and give you a full report now. Go. So for the comfort, been walking around with this bag for about 20 minutes. I gotta say overall, it's really good. I like this bag. The shoulder straps have a really solid structure to them. I like that because it just feels like it maintains its shape and they're gonna last the test of time better. And there's just enough padding that I'd want in a 22-liter backpack. Only problem is I do find this mesh to be a little coarse for my taste. But that aside, pretty damn comfortable. Add the sternum strap in for extra comfort. Can't beat it. Let's take it back to the office. Okay, let's talk about the overall pros and the cons of the Pakt Everyday 22-liter backpack. Pro number 1 is I think it's very well designed. I think it's the right mixture of minimalism plus giving you enough features to kind of get some bang for your buck. Pro number 2 is I'm a big fan of the dual water bottle holders. And pro number 3 is the fact that this bag has a very slim profile that can pack out a little bit more than it looks like it can. But no bag is perfect. Let me tell you about some of the cons of the Pakt Everyday 22-liter backpack. Con number 1, I think it's overpriced. I'm not saying it's quite a ripoff, but I've reviewed a lot of bags and I think at 250 USD, I was kind of surprised it cost that much. I think that if this bag were around 175, maybe even 200, I'd feel a bit better about it. It's not a deal breaker, but just one man's opinion. Con number 2 is the external material can be a bit of a lint and hair magnet. And con number 3, this luggage pass-through holder, just when it's fully packed out, it gets compromised. And if you're still here, there's a good chance you might be thinking to yourself, I kind of like that bag. I might get one, or I want to find out more information. And if that's the case, just a reminder that we do ask that you use the first link in the description below. Thank you very much. But you also might still be here because I did promise some alternative backpack recommendations. I'm a man who keeps my promises. Let's go back to the backpack rack and talk options. All right, so alternative recommendation number 1 is going to be this guy right here, which is the Evergoods PLC 20. This is for you if you like that kind of old school, traditional backpack look, but you're looking for something that might give a little bit more value, as currently the Evergoods PLC 20 is like $100 cheaper than the Pakt everyday backpack. And to learn more about it, simply take a look at the description below and you'll find a link to our full review. All right, alternative recommendation number 2 is gonna be this guy right here, the Boundary Supply Renin backpack. Again, kind of got that old school, classy backpack vibe, but it also gives you a little bit of techiness to it. PU-coated zippers, modular magnetic attachment points. It's a really underrated bag. And to learn more about it, take a look at the description below and you'll find a link to our full review. And for alternative recommendation number 3 is the Bellroy Classic backpack. As the name infers, classy, right? And it's a great choice for you if you like that classy vibe, but you want a bit more, let's say, sophistication. Beautiful leather accents, tons of color options. It's an iconic backpack, and to learn why, simply watch this video right here. If you got any questions about any of these backpacks, please let me know in the comments below. I personally respond to every single one myself. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Aaron. This is Nomads Nation, and we'll catch you next time.